Hello, good morning. My name is Michael Asha Edafi. I'm the head teacher for IELTS at Mike Asha Coastal Center for IELTS. Welcome to another wonderful edition of my YouTube video. If you're new on this channel, or if you've been following us and you've not gotten any recent videos regarding the IELTS on this channel, we are back again. We're resuming our classes, both physically and virtually. So we're going to be showing our amazing videos on the IELTS and the IELTS strategy, how you can pass the IELTS exam in the year 2020. Now, there's so much available for you in our kitty. Like you know, my name is Michael Asha Idafe. I'm an IELTS expert tutor. I've been doing this for several years now, but today I want to talk about how to pass the IELTS and hit the right band score for 2022. Now, if you're watching this, it means you're yet to ace the IELTS test and you need to set your IELTS goals for 2022. Maybe you need the result next month, maybe next quarter, 6 months time. So you have to start preparing. You have to set your agenda for the year and get the right IELTS tutor, one of which is the head trainer at Mike Asher Coastal Center for IELTS. Is the best place you could get the best teacher. Maybe you need, say, 7 or 8 band score. Either way, you have to start thinking about it right now. I've been an IELTS teacher and temporarily an examiner for a few years, and I think some of the most important things you can do to pass the IELTS test are: number one, setting goals. You need to set goals on the test. You need to break the goals into smaller daily and weekly goals, especially if your schedule is really tight, and taking the best part of your day so that you can achieve the goal of acing the test. The first thing I would advise for you to get on your schedule is for you to get our DIY book, ebook, the IELTS Master Stroke by Mike Asher Coastal, the head trainer at Mike Asher Coastal Center for IELTS. A very simplistic and easy to learn book. People have been ordering that books all over the world, especially within Nigeria, Australia, the UK, in the US, and even in Qatar and Dubai. Now, just keep it in mind that Mike Asher Coastal Center has helped more people to achieve their dreams in the previous years, and you can be one of such people. Now, find out your target scores. That is number two. Number one, I said you have to set goals. Remember, we're talking about how you can achieve the right band score for the IELTS for the year 2022. Number one, you have to set goals. Number two, find out your target scores. For whatever purpose you're writing the test, whether for migration purpose, for work purpose, it's up to you to find out what score you are going to be needing. Maybe you need a 6.5, even a 4.5 to 5.5. Now, for those who are migrating to the UK for work, there's been a drastic reduction of the score line. Some people will be needing 6.5, 5.5, which is unusual for people who are migrating for point-based immigration people. Compared to the Canadian type, you have to score something really high. But here, the UK has made it very easy for people that they don't need to score too extraordinary high score. 5.5, 6.5 will be fine for somebody migrating, especially who are not in the shortage occupation business. Now, number three thing you will need to consider if you need to pass the IELTS and starting early to prepare, is now you need to find out your current scores, your current scores. You need to find out your weak areas as regard the various modules like the listening, the reading, the writing, the speaking. Find out why you always stuck in a particular score, band score, say 605, etc., and what to do to go past that limitation. Now you can call us in the IELTS Center at Micah Shacosto at 070 or for those who are abroad, you need to add the country code plus 234 70520 and DM us on WhatsApp or call me to have a chat so we can design a strategy for you. We can organize a few mock tests for you to know where you are and where you need to be in the IELTS. Number 4 on how you can ace the eye test for 2022 is you need to determine the gap between your target scores and the current scores you had in your last test. Let's look at these modules. We have the listening, the reading, the writing, and the speaking. Each of the categories, you have to determine how you want to improve in each of them. Determine the gap between your target scores and the current scores you had in your last test. Maybe you wrote in the last month, say January, February, and you didn't really do well. You didn't go past 6 or 5. So you need to determine your last score, know why you didn't go past the last score, and calling us here at Micah Coastal Center would be a very nice thing. We will be able to point some of the reasons you didn't go further than 6.5 or 5 by looking at your assessment test. Now let's look at some of these modes one after the other. First, the listening test. To really ace the eye listening, you have to adopt the habit of listening to podcasts. For example, if you're not a native speaker, that could improve your listening skill. Listen to English stations like the BBC, the CNN, because it's an IELTS exam. It's an international English exam. It's not just the British exam. It's both Australian and British. You have to adopt the habit of listening to podcasts to improve your listening skill. You have to learn to listen for a full half hour, say 30 minutes. You have to learn to listen to main ideas. Write what you listen to, write the main point. Maybe you listen to an audio, write down the 5 things you heard the first time. Listen again to listen for something new. If you hear any other new things, you write them down. Listen again for those things you could not hear in the first 2 times you listened to the audio, and keep writing them down. Then listen the third time for every main point on that audio. By listening over time, practicing, your listening skill is increasingly improving. It's progressive. That is why in the art, practicing makes perfect. Now, for those who are busy working, maybe medical professional, listening to podcasts is a great way to improve your listening skills. While you work, you listen to podcasts is improving your ability to listen. And I would recommend you watch programs on BBC like Hard Talks by Zainab Badawi. She has one of the best videos and podcasts you can really learn from. Absolutely, you can really learn from. That is for the listening. Then let's move on to the art speaking test. How to pass the art speaking test in the year 2022. We're taking it module by module. We just told you how to pass the listening test, how you can improve on your listening. Now, how can you improve on your speaking test? Now, if you're not having English language as your first language, you have to just focus to reading aloud. Learn to read aloud. Do past questions 2 times a week. Also, learn to engage your teacher in a mock test, speaking test. Never leave it to the last minute. Never leave it to the last minute. Always practice. Plan ahead. Use your time wisely. Now, also try to learn the six IELTS listening test. Um, Going back to the listening, let me just quickly add this. You need to learn the six the various IELTS listening tests back to front. You need to master the tips on the different kind of questions, the multiple choice, the matching heading, the map, the diagram labeling, sentence completion, form note, flow chart, summary completion, etc. All of these I recommend. The matching questions, most of all, should be given greater attention because that's where most students face challenges. You will need to spend time on such confusing questions to improve on it. I recommend you check out our online classes on WhatsApp as it will help you master the test. So include this on your goal for the week. How you can master the listening test by mastering the different kind of questions that are very prevalent in that IELTS listening test. Like I said, the speaking test, you should learn how to read aloud, speak to yourself, design conversation, communicate to yourself, you know, etc. Now, how to pass the IELTS reading test 2022. The reading test. What do you need to do? You need to master your vocabulary. As such, I recommend reading of newspaper, e-magazines from the UK, on bbc.co.uk online. Try to make it a daily goal to at least read a variety of 5 topics that range from arts, media, entertainment, government, and also keep flashcards where you can write down words, new vocabulary. The biggest tip is to understand synonyms, and also join our online classes will help you understand synonyms as you practice with us. Next on our list is how to pass the IELTS writing text 2022. Now let's just collapse the two tasks, the task 1 and the task 2 into one. Task 1, task 2 of the writing test, both academic and the general training test respectively. The biggest tip here is grammar improvement. To improve or straighten out your grammar, please do not hesitate to chat me up. Also, learn how to structure your essay. If you get engaged with us, you're going to learn how to structure your essay based on the IELTS standard. Now send us email at michaelchakosocentral@gmail.com. We will look at it. We'll give you feedback on your level. Then you can also try to look for the IELTS band descriptors. They are available everywhere online. You can check for them, the IELTS band descriptors, telling you whatever standard you're in and whatever standard you write, this is the band score you get. It describes all the band scores that are available and why people are at a particular level of the scores, and how to improve to get to higher levels of the scores. So the IELTS band descriptors is a document explaining the standards and what you need to put into consideration to get, say, a 7 or 8 or an 8. They are standards that if you live up to, you'll be doing a lot better. Daily, learn to write sentences, the different sentence structure. Learn the different type of sentence structure that are available. because I always want you to write a lot of different sentence structures, because it's one of the criteria for scoring you. So thank you for listening to this video, this audio. Please click like, the subscriber button if you're new on this channel. Also click the like button so that we can keep on sending you amazing audio videos. Please do not hesitate to share with your friends and tell them about this amazing IELTS center, one of the best and the finest in sub-Saharan Africa, situated in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you for listening. Do not forget to visit our Instagram page at Micah Shikosto or IELTS Africa. Do have a lovely day. Thank you. 2022.